You have built various data models using CDS views, and you created the relationship through association, and that you have built on top of persistence tables. Now, if I say that you can create similar sort of relationship with your temporary data that's stored right within your internal table, yes, this is absolutely possible. Hi everyone, this is Somnath, and today we'll talk about something fascinating in ABAP world, and that is called ABAP Mesh. If you're coming to my channel for the first time, so let's subscribe my channel, and now let's jump straight into the ABAP editor to see how it is done. So let's create the type called for order, having the order ID as the primary key. Create another type for the item, or keeping the parent key, which is nothing but the order as well as the item ID, and add one more property called product. Let's create another type called product, and having the parent key, which is nothing but the product ID, as well as the description I'll add as another property. So let's create the respective types. I'll create the order first, and followed by the item, and where I'll add the primary keys component as a parent key and the item ID. Finally, I'll add the type for the product, where I'll keep the parent key as the unique key. So finally, we'll create our mesh type contains of three different nodes called the order, item, and the product. So we'll create underscore item association to link order and the item node. Next, add a join condition with the two different nodes. Similar way, we'll create one more node called item, and we'll create one more association called underscore prod to link with the product node, and we'll add a condition for joining these two different nodes. So finally, we'll add our product node. It doesn't have any further association though, so that's all our mesh type created. So let's create one work area using this order mesh type, and then fill those order, items, and products with respective data, as you can see over here. And I have just used ABAP 7.4 syntax to fill this table with certain dummy data. So now we'll be doing our explorations on this table loop and see that how this ABAP mesh all works. If we want to fetch the item node against the order using this association, I'll be able to access this data, or maybe all the way from order till product code, I'll be able to access the data using this association. And that time I'll be using this ABAP mesh concept. So let's write the coding to understand how this is feasible. So let's say I'm just looping on this order node, and now what I'll do, I'll use this backslash, and then I'll be using the association name, which is called item, because as you can see from order, we have used this item association to reach item data, correct? Our item node. I'll be using this one, but here I'll be passing some work area. Maybe the same type I can use, and now I'll be using this order table. Let's access the index 1, for example, and that will be used to access data through which I can access the item details using this association called underscore item. So let's put it in some reference. You can use any field symbol also. I'm just using a reference variable, and I'm just giving it the name as item because we are accessing the item records. So once I'm done, you can check a syntax and see it's pretty good. So let's just do a write statement, just print. So these three things will be printing, and just activate once and test it quickly. So if I run, you see that for this order 1, 2, 3, 4, we have two items and we have two products, or two materials rather. Okay, so this is one of the way we can access the item details all the way from the order node using the association underscore item. Let's check another example, but this time we'll do one more step. One deeper level will reach to the product also. Here we can do one thing. We can also put a where condition, like where we can say that what is that item particular node contents, that is an item ID. So we have two items, 10 and 20. We can put like let's say only loop through against the item number 10. Okay, and now again followed by underscore prod. So we are actually going from item all the way to product node now, and just the parenthesis will give the product details. Similar way, let's take into another reference variable. I'm calling it as a prod, or product rather. So if I just want to print, we can print something like, okay, by the way, you can do one thing also. We can just use this kind of a helper, and we can put hello maybe prod. I want in new line, I want certain colors, and maybe some centered alignment, and go for a copy. And let's say color would be something green, so that we can identify. And so this is what, but the product I want to print as star. I think let's see how it gives syntactically correct. I'm activating this, and if I run, voila, you see this is the material description is this one. So this is the product node that contains material number or product ID and the respective description for item number 10, because this is the 10 which contains 1 2 3 4. If I put 20, then I'll get 4 5 6 7. Just quickly check, send it to 20, and we'll get another product. And if we run, yes, we can get 4 5 6 7. So obviously if I don't put any of this where condition, I will get both the products, correct? Let's check that as well, just to get a confirmation. Yes, indeed. Now one more important thing is, like when one association it creates, which is the forward association, like item from order to item, we will use rather item association, or we have used already underscore item association, and from items to product we have used prod association. So what happens when it creates, then framework will also create a reverse association automatically. Okay, but how to access that? So what we'll do, we'll now try all the way from product back to order. Okay, that is something a navigation will do. All the way from, we'll start with the products, then go to items, and then we'll go to order. Let's see if it works or not. Let's start the loop iteration, and I will do something like order mesh. Let's start with the product. Okay, product item, and then we'll start all the way from product but in the reverse direction. So reverse notation should be this kind of a caret sign provided by underscore, but which association I will use? So we're going from product to item, right? So now item to product was the prod association. So when we'll come from product to item, we'll be using the same association but in reverse manner. So this is what the reverse will create. So we'll use the prod association, and we'll use the source to target node. For that, we'll use this tau sign and followed by the items, right? Because some product, we're going to items node. Now again, we need this work area kind of, and obviously the products table will read through. Let's get the first index. So now you can put a reference into data, and you can say that hello item, but item underscore reverse. Okay, let's see if the syntactically is fine or not. Yeah, it is okay. So let's print this what we have access now, item I think item underscore reverse, and let's this dereferencing operator, and it's all good. So for the first product, right, we are going to get the respective item in a reverse fashion. So let's execute, and you see I think it's I should have put in a different way, kind of a, and we can just execute. So for the specific product, so these are the items which is 10 only been added, because I just took the first index from the product table. Now if I just want to go one step further, means from item to order, very simple. We can let me copy this one so that it will be easy for you to understand. So now we'll be go one step further. So again put a reverse association, But what exactly we are going to get now? The order details. Now from order to item, what was our association? Let's check. From order to item, the association was underscore item. So this time we'll be using underscore item, but in reverse fashion. So what is the target node? Obviously order. And finally, the open square bracket, it will give the order details. So let's change it to order reverse kind of, right? Now you can type like this, simple, because order has only one property, which is order reverse, and that is only order ID. Okay, so from product, we are getting for a specific product, we're trying to check the items available for that product, and that will give the item details. From that item, we'll go to the respective order in a reverse association approach. That's really cool, right? So if I execute, and you see, this is the order that we reached all the way from the product. As you can also verify with the ABAP output, there is a 10 is the item, that was our order ID from the item, and this is the order we are eventually printing, right? So the benefit is the lots of code we don't need to write, a lot of iterations, kind of a boilerplate coding we don't need. We can easily use the association or reverse association to get to the right node or the target node as we want. It's pretty cool. Possibly you find it useful, I believe. So start using it and see the power of this ABAP mesh. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.